tournament, free bet light. Make love on free bet light. Make love on election night. Make love on election night. Your job is to hit it right. The race and the gal is tight in tournament, free bet light. Make love on election night. Make love on election night. Your job is to hit it right. The race and the gal is tight in tournament, free bet light. Yeah! Market Mania flow. Big up to Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Me tell you about Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Market. Make love on election night. Your job is to hit it right. Make love on election night. Your job is to hit it right. Market Mania flow. Get the dough. Market Mania show. Now you know. Market Mania show. Y'all on the floor. Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Market Mania flow. Oh, Market Mania flow. Tell them. Market Mania show. Bet the election, bet on erection, bet the election, bet into bed with she. Bet election, make a prediction, bet the election, feel a friction. Bet the election, bet on.
The stock market, meaning companies, new highs. I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. Nuts! They're nuts! They know nothing.
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now. Welcome, my degenerates! The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania, presented by Kalshi. The no bullshit approach to all markets, including election betting, NFT music ordinals, and the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. We are back, baby, and we are joined by special guest Kane Mayfield. Kane, thank you for joining us on Market Mania.
Thank you.
And
I'm very proud to be here. This is a very fun time because you are not your friends, you especially. You're a crazy person, and I just enjoy your company because you make me seem rational, and I like anyone who does that for me because it level sets my appearance in the public. You're a pillar of the community, sir.
This is way too kind. You have made a lot of waves in the NFT music space very recently.
Well, I'm fat.
And I mean, we should just probably jump right into it. I need to know actually, because I'm a little bit understudied. I need to know, what is the next Kane Mayfield drop coming? What is on the horizon?
The next drop is called the Ides of March. And I've done, in the past, I've done about 7-8 different blockchains that I've sold on. And I like to try stuff and do new stuff. Ordinals, I've known about ordinals since it first started. And, like Skrilla was inscribing them, and I'm on the phone with him just trying to understand what it is he's doing. He's writing it on Bitcoin. I'm like, this sounds fun. So he's doing like the 1400, 1500s inscriptions, putting, his first albums and Silk Road and stuff like that on there. And I was trying to figure it out, and I burned out my liquid cooler. But then when I kind of got my head around it and figured out what it was, I understood that my art just didn't fit. I make AI music videos traditionally, so it's too big to fit in the small 4 megs. That's a whole block, 4 megs. You're not going to get a whole block, so you have to get it below that and sneak it in where you can. And I spent the last little bit.
What is dust here? What was dust? It was a Bitcoin. This was an inscribed album.
No,
Bitcoin
that was
infused album.
Yeah, that was on counter. That's a fake rare. So dust is series 16 card 44, fake rare. And a buddy of mine, Bitcoin Audio, great guy, built a piece of hardware that plugs into his mining rig. He's a miner, not a young person. He's he mines Bitcoin. So he built a piece of hardware that turns the Bitcoin transaction into a sound. We sampled that sound and laced it through 10 records. So the whole album itself is a remix. I recorded the whole album in 2016 before I knew anything besides Silk Road Bitcoin, like original drug dealer Bitcoin. I didn't know anything besides that. So I recorded the album then. We remixed it with these new records with the sound of Bitcoin in it. So in order to celebrate that, we remixed Hodl Pig's card from Series 2 and flipped it for our card. And then there's a video. And on the counterparty site on Xchain, there's a button and the whole album is in there. You can listen to the whole album. It's dope.
What are we locked and loaded with? I know before the show you sent Tony a couple things. Tony, what are we locked and loaded with to play some Kane right now? What do we have?
We've got the Red Vineyard. Excuse me.
Yeah, Red Vineyard.
Send nodes. You want to do that one? All right, we'll do that one right here.
Can we get like 30 seconds? Can we get like can we get a drop here? Because we got to put everybody on.
If money over everything and a dollar is a debt, then to owe is your wedding ring. You follow that? Gold back the dollar. They switched to notes made by ghosts, cause gold common. And China say the world flat. Broke, bought the debt, forced the debt ceiling. Now they wanna buy your gold back. And this is all gibberish for people who ain't into this. For those in the know, touch your finger to your nose. I'm tripping, just a penny for your thoughts. Every pen is reinforced just in case they got to go. But take away the power grid. Couple years later, kick them niggas out of prison is a fault. Reinforced, I'm veering off my beat. I got these ideas, I tick them off the dome. Like poor people free? Well, I disagree. Try to leave in mass, they put that blicker to your dome. But first they have a travel tax. Imagine that. You have to pay them for the privilege.
Hold on.
That's
First they have a travel tax. Imagine that. You have to pay them for the privilege of the globe. So if you live in Po, they call you tap water Mo. What's the over under average you making out the hole? Uncle Sam Goldie, he keep his bitches broke. Passport fees, you get the trip and it's revoked. This the world they live in with Pearl Gates chilling in the clouds waiting for you if you let them take your soul. Never let them take your passion. Buy Bitcoin.
Fuck yeah. Brett Ritchie, resident rapper here on
He's got bars, man. That was dope.
What do you think about those bars?
That was dope, man. I love the intersection between sort of NFTs and the crypto world and rap. I only listen to rap. So yeah, I think you're in the right place, my friend.
I appreciate it. There's that over this shoulder here, I guess here. That's a piece of art I bought from Core Mega's website.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's Doom, the original 36 Chambers movie poster. Like, I'm a rap guy. There's vinyl all around me. I love the music. And I thought that the quote unquote like drug dealer rap, it's relatable to street people, but it has this a certain energy to it. So what if the topic changed, but you kept the energy? And we talk about this. Crypto rap largely isn't very good. But someone could do it good because they're crypto people trying to rap. I'm a rapper trying to crypto. It's going to sound good. But I've been kind of mixing and dabbling this same energy towards this topic, for a couple of years. And I'm starting to get a little bit better at it where I think that it's not so on the nose and it's passable and people can understand. But this next project, I wanted to bring the Ordinals, and it's called the Ides of March. The Ides of March obviously is the assassination of Julius Caesar, but it's very heavy in Bitcoin folklore. And if people remember Async, there was that platform Async that did generative music. We're doing a similar thing to where there's me, B from Digital Underground, Razkaz, Numbskull from the Loonies, Homeboy Sandman, he used to be on Stone Scrolls, dope MC, and the guy who invented Bitmap, Hitoshi Nakamoto. And there's 6 of us, but you only get 3 at a time. But you can change it and pick which one. Like my verse is long, so you can say, "Hey, I kind of want you to go last." You can move me there. So in the player, which I think is again, digital music never really lived up to its potential. And by that I mean this: if I give you a vinyl or a tape or a CD or whatever, it is what it is. You can rewind, fast forward, play, and that's the limits of the technology. That's okay. That's what it's always been. Digital doesn't really have to be that way, but we let it. So what my friends and I are trying to show is that why can't we give people, instead of this finished product, we welcome them in the kitchen and let them cook too. Don't give it to them. It should be a open creation that evolves. So inside the player, there's a sampler that you can, if you have a MIDI device or controller, it'll drop whatever version, because there's like 13 different beats, and you can swap the beats interchangeably. And
I love
change
it.
the tempo, change everything. Put all the West Coast guys, I call that the gold standard. And if you put all the West Coast guys on a track, and then Skrilla has one of his beats, that makes it sound like this ill West Coast ride with the top down. It's really dope. So there's just different vibes. So that's the sample.
So okay, all right. Now
I love
this a little
I
bit.
love this. The like composable Lego aspect of it is really cool.
Well, thank you. I want people to take it and flip it. And, you know, in the past, if you took my record and did some shit with it, by the industry standards, I would never care. But in the industry standards, that's piracy. I could strike you. I could have it taken down. Who are you to touch my things? Where here, CC0 everything. Take it. Put it in a fucking Heinz ketchup commercial for all I care. But have fun and add on. And we're going to take the 10 dopest flips, put them in a player, and let people listen to the best community flips. I don't care what genre it is. It don't have to be rap. But, you know, I'd like it to be rap. But it don't have to be rap. Make some pop shit out of it. Make EDM. Make Irish folk music for all I care. Have fun.
This is an amazing project. I played with this a bit, and it's pretty. I mean, how did no one think of that? So I mean, all the beats. You have 13 beats, you said, and so are they all the same BPM, so that all the verses in any order always sounds just like clean over any beat that you choose?
It's funny that when you change to some of them, because the answer to your question is yes, but when you change to some of them, like Trash Lights has a beat, and his is so open that it sounds slower, even though it's not. And some of them are a little bit more bunchy and punchy, like Boo Man has one, North Avenue, that's really, really gritty and grimy and hardcore hip hop. So it's a doom, 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 and you hear that feel, so it feels faster and more going on. But it's the same 6 verses. And then if you hit a certain button and then hold another certain button and type a special word, it unlocks a secret song called Crypto Winner that has all 6 of us on there. And every time the new person starts rapping, the beat changes, but they're flips. So when Money B starts rapping, it's a remix to I Get Around. When Numbskull starts rapping, it's a remix to I Got 5 on it. So we remix their legendary records. Just a fun tug of the earlobe for, you know, old school hip hop heads who, I think, for the people who appreciate who we brought, which, you know, I'm not going to front. It's not going to be a lot of people, but because a lot of these guys don't know who these people. I did a drop for Tech from Smith & Wesson. I helped him do his first fake rare. And I had to explain to him, I said, bro, you're a hero to me. And by the way, shouts to Buckshot, get well soon. Tech's a legend to me. I love Boot Camp. I love Smith & Wesson. I love Duck Down. I love all those guys. But they don't know you. And they don't know who you are. So let me show them who you are. So for people who already know who some of these guys are, it's like his reaction, oh shit, you got Razkaz. Well, yeah. I want to show Razkaz. It's not so much me showing the community Razkaz. I want to show Razkaz this community, because for these guys that have made these legendary contributions to these albums and songs and moments that we've loved and grown up with, and some of them have altered, like, I don't know about you, but like hip hop, I think hip hop, it changes. Like, I have soundtracks that make me feel better, calm me down. If I'm having a good day, bad day, like I have a hip hop kind of lifestyle. So to thank these guys for all they've given us, I want to show them this world where maybe you can do really well for your family and not have to be on the road 180 days a year. Maybe you can support your family and not have to worry about record labels shaking you down for the money, because there is no middleman. Maybe you can do really well and live off your art and not have to go to Munich and Amsterdam and Berlin and Prague, which shouts to those places. They love real hip hop. Or they love my kind of hip hop. I'll say it that way. I don't want to say it's real, but they love the kind of shit that I like. But you don't have to go to those places in order to live off your artwork. And this place gives, it's a little bit different because there's no fans here. I don't consider anyone a fan. I have collectors and I have friends. And if you,
I want to go on tour for like 3 years. I want to do it for 3 years. I wouldn't want to do it when I'm like, 58 and like you're spinning something from 30 years ago or whatever. Like I want to do it for 3. I want to go to all those places. I want to do it like a couple times, and then I just be like, you know what? that's it. That's that's enough. And I know what you're talking about. You see, what was that 90-year-old dude that was still like some 60s singer?
The
that
Frankie Valley.
Yeah. And like Frankie Valley is still
Seasons.
fucking doing shows. And like, I mean, maybe when you're 90, maybe you should be done by then, or maybe you still want to. And if you still fucking want to, go fucking do it.
He fired back, kind of. I mean, I don't know if it's fired
because
back,
he still probably needs money, and like I like
whether he needs the money or not,
like, setting yourself up and
dude, honestly,
stacking coins.
If he'd probably die quickly, given what it looked like, kind of state he was. It honestly might be keeping him alive a little extra long.
Listen, if you want to do it, do it.
Well, Mick Jagger and them were trying to do that tour, and the insurance companies were like, "Fuck no." And again, it's the self-funding model has always been something that we relegate to the small guys, little guys like me. I'm a little guy, so I do self-funding, and we're the GoFundMe guys and the hey, brother, can I spare $1? But the big guys,
Skrilla put you on. Did Skrilla like bring you into NFT music world?
He brought me into.
It's funny because
Bitcoin.
we had Violetta on. We had Violetta on the other day. She's like, "Yeah, Skrilla helped me out, like trying to put songs on the blockchain and everthing." We're gonna have Skrilla. We're gonna have to circle back to Skrilla eventually. Like we're gonna have to do that.
Let me be on for that one too, because he thoroughly enjoys when I tell people that he has peacocks and flamingo loose in mass on his palatial estate. It's very fun.
We'll have you. He
has an indoor pool and an outdoor pool.
Oh.
Yeah, welcome to the money team.
Yeah. Old school Bitcoin.
He doesn't, but I say it a lot and he fucking hates it. It's the most fun. But
shout to Skrilla and Sasha and the kids and everything. Shout out. Love you.
He will call me in Mexico and tell me about this shit. But I'm drunk and I don't understand what he's talking about. And everyone I know who deals in Bitcoin is a drug dealer. So I don't know who he's trying to trap me. I don't know what he's doing. But I'm in Mexico. I'm at Districts in Cabo. I'm very drunk. I'm on like my second bottle of Don Julio 70. And it's just like, oh shit, it's good. What's up, buddy? What you doing? And he's like, hey, dude, how's the family? That's good to know about you doing with the raps. What? Bitcoin? All right, well, listen, I'm going to call you back on that. All right, boop, the fuck was that? I don't know what that was. And I would just find an excuse to get off the phone with him. And it wasn't until 2020 that I took it seriously. And then 21, I launched my first stuff and I started doing things and I started trying different chains. And at this point, I'm on a bunch of blockchains, but I think the main purpose from when I started to now that makes it make the most sense is artists. That's why I made Dust. The album isn't called Dust because I'm being funny. Like, I'm the music business equivalent of Dust. I'm Bitcoin. I'm a thing of value. But the cost of extracting my value is too much. So they just leave me in the wallet. And that's just what happens to guys like me. And I'm not special. There's so many of them.
Dust is also a poker term. Dust is a poker term for when you have lost all your chips in a tournament or somewhere. You're left only with dust. So, and then in the last couple of years, it's just like, if it's dust, it's the worst. It's bad. It's nothing. You lost. Just so you know, we have a lot of gambling.
No, but it's the same though. I wear it as a badge.
It's small amount.
I'm proud to be Dust. Because guys like me, dust isn't an insult. They can't extract from you. You exist outside of the sphere of the influence of the industry. You have to get it on your own. Now, you can say it like you have to, or you can say that you are fortunate enough to be able to have the opportunity to get it on your own. And
you still have value. There's still value, and it's yours. Maybe it's not a lot, but it's your value.
It's all yours. So A to C,
and nobody's
artist to collector, artist to community. And that's where the real, but the other part is the people who collect this shit ain't fans. These aren't people who are just, you could talk to them anyway. These are what you would consider super fans or mega fans. These are the backstage access people. So everyone is a backstage access person. So you got to talk to them nice. They're going to ask you more questions than a normal person. Fucking answer them. Yes, they deserve answers. So all
right, I got a question. How do we get in on the Ides of March? When does that drop? What do we look for to get in on that? What do we do?
So the Ides of March, my tech guys are I'm a paranoid Pete, and I have a real hardcore phobia of looking foolish and not planning and then ending up with a screen door on my submarine. So I'm giving my tech guys through the weekend to just make sure that we didn't miss anything. Because you get eye blind to shit. We'll just walk past the same mistake every day. Oh, I'm going to fix it. And then you forget, and that's part of the architecture. So I want to fix anything that's broken, get everything ready. I have a conversation with Magic Eden. We're going to have top of the week. At the earliest, it'll launch maybe the end of next week, but perhaps just because I want to not rush it for the sake of being Russian, I might push it back one more week. But I'll be honest with you, man, I'm ready to go. This was supposed to come out in March. And
oh wow,
the odds in March.
The problem with it, and the problem with it was what I make doesn't fit on Ordinals, and that's no diss to Ordinals. It's just I make really huge files.
Yeah, it'd be too expensive, if even possible.
Not largely
the size down.
Not possible, and what is possible, we're in 7 figures. That's the range I'm in.
Yeah,
so,
that's not worth it.
I got and a buddy of mine when I was going through this over the summer, he's like, well, Kane, here's the thing that I think is pretty cool. This is your answer to the question. What's a web-free record label do, bruv? Now you have the answer. And I said, seriously, between you and me, go fuck your mother. If you're telling me I came all the way to this planet to where I need a record deal so that I can fund my NFT project, I'm going to drink all the shit under my sink. That ain't what I came here for. So now I found a medium. So the ordinal itself isn't the player. The player exists separately. That's on Arweave. And Arweave is a blockchain, but they're really a block weave that's dedicated exclusively to data storage. Really big stuff is done there, from like high-end journal, like the newspaper in China that was reporting what was happening during 2019 and everything that was going on. And then the Chinese government in Hong Kong broke them motherfuckers down and shattered everything, got rid of everything. They stored all their documents on Arweave.
Apple News.
Yeah, Apple News. Yeah. That's on Arweave. So it's like putting your money in a mafia bank. Like, I'm not in the mafia, but if the mafia bank goes down, way scarier people than me are going to be in the middle of the street with machine guns. So I like storing things on Arweave because I think that I just got off the phone with them. They're really, really smart people. They're just not ambitious. They don't have, like, I want to wear Arweave shirts because I'm a tchotchke guy. The motherfuckers ain't got t-shirts. They don't have hats. They store things. That's what they do. And I talked to him. I was like, hey, you guys going to launch hats? He's like, no, Kane, we store data. That's what we do.
Get it. So you got the ordinal. You got the ordinal, the players on Arweave, and the ordinal allows you. That's all right. No, it's good. It's actually, it's good to find, honestly, somebody that tangents worse than me. You should see where this show gets. This show gets in the fucking weeds.
Kane. I know. That's why I like standing next to you. You make me seem more respectable, and I make you seem like you were brief and concise. We're a really good team.
So
we should double date.
Coming back, see Brett. Brett, we need to do it long form. Brett, Brett, we should long form. This would be a good long form show. You got to admit.
I want to say one thing. The ordinal itself is a 3D marble vinyl record, and you can flip it and spin it on Magic Eden and do all that stuff. But there's a little coin, a little Roman coin in the corner. And when you hit it, it flips over and you have a 9-pad sampler. Most of them are loaded with a snippet from the song that you can chop up and have fun with. Some of them are loaded with Skrilla's original ordinal music and some of his art that you can chop up and sample, again, all CC0. And a very rare number of them are loaded with the Ghostface ordinal and the Ghostface music. And you can chop those up and sample them because, again, CC0, and I think Ghostface is going to tweet about it maybe next week, week after. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's what the odds of March is. There's more, but that's the concise version.
So keep it locked and loaded on Kane's Twitter, I guess, and to see when it drops on Magic Eden. This is going to be an ordinal with some extra stuff that it unlocks to get into the music shenanigans. Brett, it's gonna be me to buy one of these.
Yeah,
remind me to buy one of these. Let's
thank you guys. I appreciate it.
This is great. And Tony, the producer.
My mind is blown with the possibilities here. I mean, it's just absolutely blown. It just feels like a whole new era for artists and their relationship with their fans. I don't love record labels much either, and that would be depressing if their whole goal is just to fund ordinal inscription now. I would hate for that to be the case. I feel like there's probably some intrepid developer out there that can fix this problem for us, or some layer 2 or something. But it is very cool that you're on the blockchain and
right here.
Yeah,
you got a creative solution coming out. We'll see how this one works.
Well, I want to make the point about that, what you just said clear, which is I don't mind peanuts. I don't mind hot dogs. I just think there should be more to eat than just peanuts and hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the only way in should be ordinals. I think, or record labels on ordinals. I think that there should be other ways in that gives room for the best talent. And not to say that they're not talented, but I think that the best talent, the best art doesn't come from people who ride jet skis with big titty women all day. Those people's lives are already great. They don't need to make fucking art. The best art comes from people who are sad. Doug Stanhope used to have a joke about it that he told in Scotland, where he's like, I'd love to be on the beach in Tahiti right now, but those fuckers are already smiling. You people, it's cloudy here. You need me. And that's what I think great art does. Great art comes from people who don't always have the most money. So this is a very inexpensive way for artists to take part in it, and also to bring ordinals collectors something a little bit more valuable than just a picture. Not that pictures aren't great, but I think sometimes a little diversity in us trying to impress you is where we should be at, motivation wise.
Here.
Grab that Kane Mayfield Ides of March coming to an ordinals drop near you in the next couple of weeks. Speaking of crypto, Tony.
Yes,
Speaking
sir.
of crypto fucked up the 2024 election. I think we can say that. I think that's fair to say that crypto came in and it's a little bit maybe too graphic, but just took a shit all over the Senate and the House races and the various. It says, Brett, what is this? Oh no, this is Tony's story. Tony, did you bring this one? Did you bring this one in? That was the crypto industry fired off 130. Is that right? 135 million?
Yeah. Industry fired off more than 135 million backing candidates in the 2024 election. So far, every single candidate they backed has won, with 48 total victories. Here's how crypto markets quietly became the biggest winner of the election. And then this thread goes on to point out all the places where crypto backed candidates and they won, and they sure make it sound like crypto is a massive super PAC to have to be dealt with. I'm sure that's a bit of it. It's also possible maybe they just backed candidates they knew were going to win so they could look good in this cycle, but I think it just has a lot more to do with the money behind us. I think we're forced to be reckoned with, and I think a lot of single issue voters out there helped propel Trump into the White House, and this is the issue. So very exciting to see.
Richie.
Yeah, so I agree with you.
It fired off.
There's single issue voters, and then in general, my general view of politicians is they aren't the most ethical subset of people, and you can kind of buy them, right? That's sort of been the game for a long time, and so crypto is just playing the game. Lobbyists, whatever, same thing. DraftKings has monopolies in states because they're paying the politicians more. So it's basically same game, different field over here for crypto, and they seem to know how to play it well. SBF and FTX kind of fucked it up because they were donating huge sums, but it was stolen money, but now they're in prison, and hopefully politicians aren't still as wary now of taking money. There's probably a little window after FTX where maybe it's we don't want to touch this money. I don't think that's there anymore.
Kane Mayfield. We can afford politicians now.
Oh, listen, let me tell you.
We can afford them now.
Yeah. I made this argument back when I was still in finance, right? And I told the mortgage people, I was like, you guys got to pay your fucking lobbyists, bro. And they're just like, man, you don't understand anything. I was like, no, I do, because this used to be a housewife business, and you think that you're somehow above the law. You're not above the law. Stockbrokers got to pay their lobbyists. You got to pay your lobbyists, and they didn't pay their lobbyists. Now you got the Dodd-Frank bill, and all this regulation came in, and you took all the fun out of it. Now it's not fun being a mortgage broker no more. I don't care what anyone else says. I was a mortgage broker when it was fun. 6 points in the back, shit was lit, and they took that away because they didn't pay their lobbyists. Now you may say, oh, that you shouldn't have been charging that. I was worth it, and I worked really hard. So maybe plumbers should charge you more. Everyone should charge what they're worth. Point is, this is a pay-to-play legal system. And you may not like that. That may not be the right thing, but it is the thing. And for people who are not concerned about the way the pothole gets filled, they're just concerned with filling the pothole near their house. They understand who to put pressure on to make that happen. And I have a lot of friends of every type of walk of life. I have all kinds of liberal friends, conservative friends, extremes of both, moderates in the middle. And my lefter-leaning friends get very agitated by this. And it's like, who's this Ross guy all of a sudden you care about freeing? They should be freeing Mamiya. And I go, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, bro, free my cousin, free everybody. I got lots of friends in jail. I would like to free a lot of people. The problem is his friend is me, and I'm not a crypto whale. If my cousin's friend was a really, really rich guy and like 78,000 of his friends, yeah, we can get that motherfucker out tomorrow. But he also would have had a better lawyer. So the pay-to-play legal system is how things get done, and crypto as a budding industry, which I don't like it being that. I don't like all the normie shit. I really don't like us playing ball with the IRS. I can tell you a lot of things I'm not really for. Yeah. However, it's inevitable. And if we don't help grab the pen when these rules are being written, someone else is going to hold it and they're going to write what they want. And that's typically what happens to people. You don't think you have to hold the pen. Some Yahoo that doesn't know shit about your industry writes a bunch of laws that don't make sense. NFTs are securities.
Yeah.
Okay. Have fun with that.
Fucking ridiculous.
And you got people.
Fire Gary Gensler.
Day one, right? Is that a day one also?
But it's not just him. There's a bunch of, think of it like guns. Back in 2004, Tucker Carlson, who, like him or hate him, he had one of the best 4-minute segments that I'd ever seen. This lady, some fucking senator from God knows the Vermont, wanted to ban barrel shrouds. And she ain't know what a barrel shroud was. And she thought it was a shoulder harness that helped you fire a machine gun or a bazooka or whatever such dumb shit was knocking around inside her nugget. And he said, no, that's not what a barrel shroud is at all. In fact, it's simply cosmetic. Why would you want to ban that? And she didn't know. And I think the government has proven that they'll play fast and loose with shit they don't understand to make idiots feel comfortable.
Yeah, I'm sorry, idiots. That's half the government. TSA
can't do that with my
to make idiots feel comfortable.
Yeah, you can't do that with you can't do that with Bitcoin. You definitely ain't doing it with none of my shit. So as far as this line goes, I think that the crypto community stepped up and was prepared to hold it. And again, I told people 6 months ago, crypto voters, Bitcoin voters, cryptocurrency as a voter class, they are largely single issue. If you get in the way of that issue, they will do a thing that most classes won't do. That's when they start behaving like the NRA or Big Pharma. Yeah. We will throw dump trucks of money at a problem because it's all magic internet money. So
you see it right here. 135 million is nothing to sneeze at. No, and I mean, to be fair, SBF did steal the money. And yes, he was going for the wrong side. Imagine that. Just imagine that run out, by the way. If SBF can somehow keep the Ponzi up for another couple of years or whatever,
he didn't need to make it just a little bit. He kind of got busted at the bottom of Solana. Solana was like maybe it was 15, then it went to 8 when he got busted. But if he weathered that
mega funded the Dems,
Solana back to 30 or 40 even. He didn't need to make it all the way to 200. They would have been fine. But yeah, in terms of government, I'm tired of feeling like a fucking criminal for just trading crypto and shit. And you have one side that's like actively targeting just regular retail users when there's legit scammers and people doing way crazy crime in this space. And hopefully, Trump seems like a breath of fresh air in terms of that, of like, okay, maybe we're not going to be Elizabeth Warren where 80% of the country is a criminal to her.
I have a question. Does the government have to pay taxes on the unrealized gains on that 180,000 Bitcoin they're holding on to?
They should have to. But that's the other thing. They want to, you buy Bitcoin, hold, then you pay tax when you sell it. They want to change that. So now you have to pay tax on the way up. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
There's your lefty friends, Kane, are probably Brett doesn't have lefty friends anymore, obviously. They watch.
I got a couple. I got plenty, to be honest.
Your lefty friends are generally marketed to. The world is marketing, in my opinion. And then the Dems ran this Trump is the worst person ever, and then peace and joy and love and LGBTQ rights, while you're bombing, sending money to far off lands to make war, printing money, fucking off all these macro level things while just saying everything's great and I love you. And then you have sending Wells notices to OpenSea saying you guys said the NFT is a security somehow. And then you got
is a baseball card a security? If I buy a pack of fucking baseball cards at the store, is that a security? Why is a digital collectible a security?
The grifter narcissist said we're going to stop all that bullshit.
He bought a vinyl from. He got the Cormega art. Are those securities? Should we send the FBI to his house to raid him?
I got a better question. If they can print more money to pay the unrealized gains tax bill on their 180,000 Bitcoin, can I pay them in a shit coin I spin up? Since we're all just crypto owners making our own money.
I would, yeah, if you could pay tax in a coin you create, that would be great.
There's a pump fun on tax day. Just goes.
Oh no. I got some
Just
counterparty high market cap shit. It'll blow their mind. I'll pay them in funchkins.
I'm paying in Pepe traders. I'm paying you in Pepe traders.
Honestly, that's kind of what SBF did, right? They launched coins, they kept 99%, and then they pumped the other 1%, and then used the other 99% as collateral to get real coins.
I mean, they pretended to themselves like the serum on the balance sheet was worth $5 billion or whatever.
Maps,
so then
Maps and Oxy were billion-dollar coins.
We can steal all the users' Bitcoin because of this. Is basically the logic. But okay. All right, we are deep in the weeds with Kane Mayfield here on Market Mania today. We should absolutely do a long form of this show one day. The first female chief of staff. And now, I mean, Brett, is this you? Because was this the girl
I just threw it in. We don't need to spend a lot of time.
But this is the girl that keeps him in line and like makes sure that like he like fulfills the promises. Is this the girl that's going to make sure free Ross happens?
What is this incredulous tone you have? That she's fucking terrifying. She doesn't scare you. She looks like the lady that sits at the counter anywhere where I go to bail somebody out. She looks like every vice principal that didn't take my shit. She looks like every assistant manager of a store I'm about to get arrested in for shoplifting. And she's definitely calling the cops, and they will prosecute. She's not fucking around. Look at her face.
She's going to get shit done. She is going to get shit done. I just find it interesting that such a brazen misogynist like Trump would pick a woman. But there's no way they were lying to us about that, right?
Hey, man, that ain't a woman. That's a strong authoritarian right there. My wife's a woman. You know what I'm saying? I've dated women. That ain't a woman. That's a fucking jackhammer. That bitch will destroy you. And she's going to make sure they call your parents. She's 100% going to make sure they're calling the cops, but she's also going to call your parents. She's going to call your parents first and pretend she's not calling the cops and then say, I'm sorry, honey, but obviously this is a very serious crime and we have to do the right thing. Don't you understand? And then they're going to call the cops. And when my parents show up, I'll be in handcuffs doing the double jump handcuff kick. That lady ain't playing. Look at her eyes. They're cold. That's why he's afraid of her. He should be afraid of her.
She's going to get shit done. I guarantee that.
I bet she will. She's fucking terrified. She's scared. I went and cleaned my whole house. Once I saw that was who was getting appointed, I mopped. I cleaned under the fridge. I did all kinds of extra shit just in case they're spot checking.
She has a single glass of whiskey at night and then reads a prayer and goes to bed.
I feel like her husband is one of those Jesuits that whips himself in the back.
So that's the new chief of staff, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trump 2.0 presidency. Love it or hate it, we will see how it runs. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to bring us. Now, we do something special here, Kane. I don't know if you watch this shit every day, if that's part of your daily routine. But we put the safety glasses on. The not investment advice hat is affixed. And it is the Market Mania pick of the day.
Make the party rock, drop it like it's hot. Everybody stack, I'm stacking to the top.
Also a Brett Ritchie song. Brett Ritchie, what is your pick of the day today?
My pick of the day is over in the Solana meme coin ecosystem. Sorry, Michael Lockie, but it is the Sun emoji coin. This was the first emoji coin over on Solana with the emoji ticker. Pregnant Man second, Lolana third. Believe I've already shilled those two. I like the Sun. I mean, it's the earliest one. It's like 400K market cap. In a world where emoji tickers become a thing, it ain't going to be 400K.
All right.
But we might not see that world.
Kane Mayfield, what is your pick of the day? Thank you.
TDM, Market Mania. Trump derangement syndrome, which a lot of people are suffering from. The memes are first of all, it's a 4-year-old. It's a 4-year-old meme, and it's about to be another 4 years. Because they're wilding. So the Trump derangement syndrome coin, it launched yesterday. It's up a ridiculous number. The top holders are holding. The memes that I saw on the Telegram are very funny. And the thing about it is it's actually outside of just a normal meme. This is a global health emergency. People are legitimately suffering from this disease, and we need to help them. You need to help them and provide them with the avocado toast. I don't vote, so I don't know what they need, but you need to talk to them.
You fit right in here. I rarely vote. He never votes.
No vote. No vote. Team no vote. It's fucking worthless.
I was an 18-year-old stockbroker that ended up selling timeshare. I don't think you want me picking your leaders. I have an ethics problem, so you don't really want me in the booth. I'm not going to vote the way you think I will. I'll be in there right now.
No, we'll leave that to the people that watch The View and Newsmax. We'll let them battle it out at the polls.
But I'll tell you this: Trump derangement syndrome is a lot bigger than the coin. And if you look at the volume on it and you look at what it's been doing, it is fucking strong. So, yeah, if I'm gambling on something that is inherently funny and that people will generally laugh at while they're making money.
Two Solana shitters. Tony, do you have a pick of the day? I see you on there.
I feel so boring. I'm picking GMX. I love this exchange. I think they got some awesome liquidity pools. You can make some good return. It's on Arbitrum and Avalanche, and they've been around for a long time. They got a lot of good development, and they're pretty inexpensive right now relative to where they've been. I think they're going to do well in this next cycle. Load up with some GMX. I think you'd be happy.
Is that on the NASDAQ? What are you pulling up there? What is that?
Coin market cap.
Basically.
Yeah. So Tony,
the NASDAQ,
I want to make sure I understand. So Tony is the voice of reason for this program.
No, God, that's just an outlier. Just a total outlier.
Is that what's happening?
Nope, you observed
the broken clock is right twice a day.
No, we're over here talking about I'm betting on angel dust and black tar heroin, and he's like, you know what, guys? I'll tell you what I like. Warm glass of milk before bed. Read a little bit of Ecclesiastics. Out like a light. That's hey man, good for you. Good for you, Tony.
It's good for you, man. So all right, I'm out of here.
Kane Mayfield, thank you very much for joining us on this episode of Market Mania. That's one for the books, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna have to have you back. You're fucking hilarious. Real talk. And be on the lookout for the Ides of March dropping soon. Now, we like to leave you with a couple bars from a modern day poet. Today, I have chosen a Kane Mayfield song, Reaganomics, to take us out and send us home. And it goes a little something like this. In downtown Manhattan, where stocks get traded, off there lived this old man named Madoff. The stock market king came from Queens, far Rockaway, his top was gray, $1 million smile. And a dream. That's Kane Mayfield from Reaganomics, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, hold on.
Like and subscribe.
Yep. He ran a hedge fund for rich people. He even wrote the rule book. Was cool, but he had a little secret. He would just keep it and send you fake statements like your stock's up and you ain't really make shit because you ain't really pay 10 shen to the basics, y'all. Thanking Uncle Bernie for the free lunch you paid him for. He ran the SEC, sat as chairman of the board. A cop and a crook committing fraud. Then his sons turned him in and he said that he saw because he was just a poor kid eating all the pork y'all discard, dead from your fridge, cooked the books and raped the salaries of billionaires, Bilderbergs, and charities. All hail his majesty.
That is Kane Mayfield taking us out tonight. Yeah. Like and subscribe to this stuff right here on X or YouTube or wherever you're watching this. Keep us on the air. Share this around. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, interact with this stuff, and we will keep doing it for you. We will see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. Come on, I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Time to right the wrong, so your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold or a domino, out of control. The usual, get mad cause I'm looking at your girl. Switch it up. I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard, got the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury, power of attorney where I would turn it. Can't lie
outside like it's Mississippi burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine should've looked the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind, was afraid of the time. Strobe light, flicker in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now, how about tonight? My interview's tight now, I was surviving.